Happy Wednesday! Welcome, cool cats and kittens, and welcome to another amazing edition of Musicians Hangout with your hosts, Crash Fistfight, the Booty Pop Moopsie, and Maxine Maxwell of the Maxwells.
Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Wednesday.
Welcome.
It's our favorite night. Hi, Crash.
Hi! Welcome, welcome.
Welcome. It's so great to see you. I can't believe it's
So
been
good to see you.
already.
Been
This
a
has
whole
been
week. That's weird.
flying by. Oh, we've been so busy.
I know.
And wow, it's
That season, right before the holidays.
right. Oh my gosh, everything gets so busy this time of year, and it's kind of weird to start out this late, but it's great to have everybody tuning in tonight. Thanks for joining. And I know you're all waiting to connect with our guest tonight. So I'll go over our mission statement and then we'll bring him to the show. All right. Our mission statement here on Musicians Hangout is to be part of a revolution to create friendships with other artists and build a community network to save music. And we have, for the very first time, a videography company joining us. We have Matt from MJH Videography. Hi.
Hey, hello.
So,
Woo! How's it going, guys? This is an honor to be on tonight. Thank you so much for having me.
oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for being on tonight.
Of course. I could not pass
You're
up on
our
this
first
opportunity.
videographer, so we're excited to have you on.
Hey, I'm making that history tonight.
Exactly.
Dude, it's all about the music support, you know what I mean? Like, it takes a fucking village.
100%. Yes, that's what it's all
It's not
about.
just
So,
the musicians, it's the venues and the videographers and the
yes.
sound guys and even the
Right.
door dudes, taking ideas and D's and
Mm-hmm.
putting
Well,
stamps
you know
on
what?
the list.
Yeah, well, you know what's interesting, and I'll mention this. I'm sure we're going to go over some of my videos here on the show tonight. But one of the things I wanted to say is like, and I've been going over this, before leading up to tonight, but it just feels like in the videography role, and especially every other role, right? Just like the lighting and just the DJ and everybody that comes together, puts together the show. It feels like it's an invisible role. You know what I mean? Like it's like saying like a referee, right? Like in in wrestling or in boxing or any sport for that matter, anything.
Your fans are different people. Your fans are the bands
Yes.
that you do videos for and stuff.
Yes.
Their fans are like the people who watch them. So
Absolutely.
it's different.
Right. Yeah,
You
it
are not
really is.
overbooked by any means. It's just your fans are just different.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a different kind of fandom out here. I'm out here in Portland, Oregon, so we're definitely a different breed of cats, or cats rather. So
Oh man, I
yes.
love Portland, and I love like all the venues down there too.
Oh man, you guys got to come out here, man. You really do. So
Would
I'll be
love it.
filming. So wait,
Yay!
where's my phone / camera? So yeah, man. But no, thank you guys so much. I mean, it's just history all around. I'm the first videographer. I'm like the last interview of 2023. It's like, my goodness. Yeah.
Cheers.
I'm coming
to
that right there.
Super secret location.
Hey, celebration's in order,
That
Sorry.
we have a huge milestone that we've met recently. We just reached 4K followers on
Yes.
Facebook. And that is huge to us. I know that it's been a long journey to get here, but we are organically growing, and Facebook is recognizing us as a rising creator. We're able to set up to get stars. We're going to start getting paid by Facebook. This is so amazing.
This has been our year. This has been a huge year for Musicians Hangout. We reached a lot of milestones this year. I'm so
100%.
proud of everything that we've done.
I'm so proud of you guys too.
Thank you.
Cheers, my
Woo! Cheers. I got 2 drinks, water and my Dr. Pepper and cream soda.
I also, I have my wine, so I'm also
That's
double
right. That's right.
hydration.
Yes, hydration, caffeination, baby.
I have a
Exactly.
Mike's Hard Lemonade because that's all the gas station has.
That's
I
delicious.
love Mike's Hard. It's so good.
Oh
So.
my
This
gosh.
is actually Mike's Harder, so.
You should be sponsored by them too. Especially that 4K, follower,
Yeah.
something to think about. Something to think about,
And with that
You have
said, musicians Hangout would like to remind those of our audience that we are dedicated to music, not to underage drinking. Please drink
No.
responsibly.
Amen. 21 and older, kids.
21 and over, we card.
That's right. Right.
So Matt, I
We
wanted
got
to
a door
mention
guy with a stamp.
you are blowing up. You're blowing up in the chat right now. I'm going to bring David.
Woo! Uncle Dave in the building. Woo! My man. We just got done watching AEW a little bit ago. And I was just on AEW literally a week ago on television, on TBS.
Yeah.
We've got Brandino.
My dude, Brandino. What's going on, brother?
Brandino.
What's up, man? Hearts all around.
I love that guy.
I do too. I had a short of him up earlier today too,
I was
praising
just
me in
gonna
my
say,
videography
those
work.
of you who don't know, you gotta check out the OGs.
Absolutely.
Yes, please.
Oh, they were so fun to watch. They were so fun to have on the show. You just
Oh
never
my
know.
gosh.
Dude, and their costumes were amazing too.
Oh, I saw that. Oh my gosh. Man, and just Craig was like David Bowie, like we were talking about that as baby.
Oh my God.
What? Yeah, it was. Yeah, he said like, should I get like the star on my face, like get a tattoo or what have you?
Yeah.
So,
but there was another David Bowie there, the Labyrinth David Bowie.
ooh, oh yeah, the freaking the mullet, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Oh my God, she
Ooh.
hands down
Oh.
had the whole outfit down to the makeup.
Yeah.
The makeup was perfect.
Spot on. Woo.
Like we were,
Man.
they were talking about the costume part, the costume contest, and Maxine and I, we were like, David Bowie, like right here, this guy right here.
Nice.
Although I will say, Slash and Axel, they were a really close second.
Yeah.
I mean, this
Can't beat
party
'em.
was super fun. I mean, the peninsula, we have a good time out here. We do.
Oh man.
Hands
Next
down,
time
the best Halloween I've ever had.
Oh
Yay,
yeah.
I'm
So
glad you had a good Halloween, and we had a blast with the
we had a damn good Halloween show here in Portland a few weeks ago, actually. I was just doing clips at the time, and I summoned my Action Bronson alter ego. Goes by the name of El Coco Matto Turbo. So
Yes.
you can catch that promo on my Instagram, by the way, at Matt J. Henson as a cheap plug. So.
Right,
But yeah, he was in and out, so he was there filming clips and all that. One of them's up on my videography channel, so check it on out after you watch this lovely musicians hangout milestone episode. So so there's gonna be plenty of those plugs tonight. Don't you worry. Plenty.
Plug yourself away because we want to help promote you.
Plug.
Yes.
Our community. I have a question for you, Matt. How did you start your journey with videography?
Oh, thank you for asking. So I started, so I just want to backtrack real quick. So it was actually, so it was 5 years ago. This is actually my 5-year filming anniversary, actually, that I've been celebrating all. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. And so I started on June 22nd, 2018. Well, I should kind of like rewind it back a little bit. So at the time, I was going through like a really low point in my life, and just, I'm not going to mention any names. I was, arguing with a certain family member, and certain things weren't working out and all that. And there was one musician that I started filming, and previously I saw her at a show, like literally like the second show ever when I was living here in Portland, right? So her name or her stage name is Siege, and her real name is CJ. So Siege is kind of like an in between, right? Like with CJ and all. And out of the blue, I just, like, I don't know, I just had like this idea of just like, just wanting to film, because I am, reason why I'm on here, not only to showcase all the bands, all the musicians I enjoy, that I enjoy seeing and listening to, right? Like, film is like my biggest passion in my life, and I want to do it for the rest of my life. And got my associates in art as, into filmmaking. So yeah, rock on. So
Oh yeah, that's quite a feat, actually.
it is. It really truly is. So, but this is why, I started this, and we'll get into the videography channel here in a little bit. So
Yeah.
anyway, so I slid into the DMs, and I I messaged CJ, or Siege at the time, right? At the time when I was at my lowest, and I saw, I think she had a show or something coming up. It was actually at a house show that she was having. And I just asked her, like, hey, would it be cool if, like, not only if I come, but if I could film for the first time there? And she was just, and CJ, man, she is just so giving and just so unselfish. And it goes for everybody else that I've been filming, especially who I've got on tonight, Lola Kirk. And yeah, so I went out there and I filmed her show and all. And at the time I was doing it in portrait mode, which, for those of you, like, for anyone getting into, to videography or filming and all that, that's basically like this, not like this is what I do. But it's mostly like this at the time. So I was green as goo at the time.
Oh, huh.
Yeah. So I went over there and I filmed her show and all that, got different angles, and I got this really sick camera angle that I did. It's one of my most famous videos. I'm sorry?
It's all about the camera angles, man. I'm all
Exactly. Yeah. Well, it's like that short I posted yesterday, right? With B and Brandino were talking about how extreme I am with my close-ups and everything.
for that. Yes, you
Yeah,
are.
but you need it to. I wish more videographers were more extreme.
I
To
agree.
be
I
completely
agree.
honest, like, yes,
They
it's
need that
invasive,
edge.
but to get that shot, to get,
Yes.
you just need to be up in your face. And yeah, it's
Yeah.
annoying. Not gonna
No,
lie.
I
I,
agree.
I am not a fan,
But it
but
looks
like,
good. It looks so good.
but I love it. I
Yeah.
love
Well, I mean,
the
it's
effect is the
important.
best.
Oh no, I agree. Like, you should, like, I think one of the things is too is, like, I always ask, like, their permission, like, hey, is it okay if I get this angle? Like just like certain ones, or if you don't feel comfortable and all that. So that's so important, right? Just having that consent, and not just, like, getting it, like, while like really really hard while, like, they're drumming hard or anything like that, right? So
Right. Just
you
don't
gotta
be in
have
my
that.
way, because
No.
unless you know my set, like,
Right.
they're
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. You gotta know your stuff. So.
Yeah.
So one of my most famous videos I've done, and sadly it's not on the playlist I provided for you guys, which hopefully we'll get to in a little bit,
Hey,
it's actually one of the first videos that me and my provider, who I mentioned about, who's the second show I filmed, and I upload on Facebook. I upload on Facebook as well. Or it was Facebook first, and then a couple years later it was up on my videography channel. So I was just basically, like, filming CJ from behind, and she's got, like, her microphone here, and she's got, electric guitar and all that, right? And there's the crowd, and I'm like not directly, like, behind her, like, physically, but just, like, a little bit distant. Like, she's here and, like, I'm right here. And I remember there was, like, a reaction, like, from the crowd a little bit, like, oh, like what is he doing, right? It's almost like just, it's like one of those things. I know I'm kind of drifting off here, but it's like one of those freaking idiots that gets on the stage when they shouldn't, But I was,
Yeah. But
I had a
you are
reason.
a
I had a reason.
videographer. Like, I feel like we as musicians totally understand what's going on. Like, you are trying to get a shot. And
Yeah.
I
Hell
feel
yeah.
like fans, true fans, really know what's going on. They're like, yeah, that motherfucker's on there getting that shot. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. Yes.
I think that's what it's
Oh
more
yeah.
about.
Oh yeah, totally. But yeah, I mean, but what I was getting ready to say is just like I had a reason, right? I knew the assignment, so to speak.
Yes.
Yes.
So I started filming her. So she starts playing her guitar and everything, right? CJ does. And I'm like going around, like slowly but surely coming around, like an actual movie camera and all. Like I treat
Yeah.
myself like a freaking, human crane pretty much. And I just like come around and all that, and like while she's singing, like she looks up like this, and I love that so much. Like sometimes, like for certain things, I don't know, like it's one of my favorite perks when it comes to my videos on my channel. But like when it's unnecessary, I kind of have to tap into my Francis Ford Coppola from Apocalypse Now. It's like, don't look at the camera, don't look at the camera, don't look at the
Right.
camera. But this was, I totally love it. I'm all for it and everything. So yeah, it's just so I just like back around and everything, and I'm filming her show, and just like different angles. Like I'm starting out, like I'm going slow, like I'm like going slow and all that, and just trying to watch everybody, right, and make sure I don't bump into people or trip over like a cord or anything like that, because you got to have that sound, got to have it up to 11. And I remember there was one other video where I think it's called "You'll Burn, You'll Burn," and it's funny. I released that when here in Portland, it was so freaking hot. Like it was like triple digits at the time, right? And how fitting. And that's also one of my things as well. Is like I try to do like the biggest, probably I don't want to say probably, but the most important thing for me for my channel on my videography channel for me that I hold extremely sacred to me is having meaning behind things. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like don't like do
Well, your
not throw it
job is
out
to tell
there.
a story.
Hmm.
Exactly. Yes, that's what I'm trying to do. And that's the key component of being a storyteller, right? And hence why, being a filmmaker, that's what we do. We tell stories. So that's what
But
I'm trying to do.
capture the story that is being told.
Correct. Yes. So, like, for example, like you guys know, I sent you the link. God, what was it? Like a week or so ago, with the recognitions, right? With One Tall Shadow. That's going
Yeah.
up on Friday.
Yeah,
So
I
the
saw
reason
that.
behind, yeah, and I'm gonna have a sneak preview. It'll be a sneak preview short going up tomorrow, and I post that 24 hours prior to the actual video, so everybody can see like what it's like what they can get a glimpse of. It's not the full video, but
It's like a
it's like a
sneak.
minute long.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Almost like a trailer in a way, but
Yeah. It
Yeah,
is
yeah,
I like that. A
trailer.
trailer.
yeah,
I've noticed
totally.
with your work, it's very clear, it's very sharp, it's very
Mm-hmm.
professional. So I'm impressed
Yeah.
Yeah,
by what
thank
I've
you.
seen you create, and excited to, yeah, be connected with you and get you connected with others. There is a
Mhm.
question for you in the chat. I think you kind of
Cool.
covered some of what they are asking, but I want to make sure that we cover every part of their question.
Absolutely.
Dawn, and Dawn asked
Oh,
Matt, share
Oh,
some of the less tactical parts of filming and explain what you do to capture a band's electricity in a proverbial bottle.
mm,
Is it the same every time, or is it specific to the band?
hmm.
that's a fucking great question. Good
Yeah, it
job, Wes.
is.
That's
You
a
Thank
sort of
you.
great fucking
on
Thank you,
that
Miss
while
question.
you
Olson.
talked about how you capture each musician and how you would do that, acting like a crane, pivoting with them, trying
Yes.
to get them not to pay so much attention to
Right.
the camera as being in the moment. But yeah,
Mhm.
um, I'll bring that back up so you can see it
That's
again.
okay. No, thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's just like for me, it just comes to me naturally. Like you have no idea. I know that I'm probably going to be off the beaten path a little bit here, but um, it's just like it's just kind of like an on the whim kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, because in the back of my mind, like when I'm filming like a performance, right? I'm filming that and everything, and like I try to still stay in the moment, like keep filming, like go after it and all that. Like, do not stop filming. Like, keep freaking going. keep going, right? So it's just, I'll give you like a quick example real quick. And again, I'm sorry if I'm going off the beaten path and not answering.
Feel comfortable. It's okay.
Thank you. Thanks,
Yeah.
Maxine. So,
Yeah.
you too, Tony. So, so the a couple well, actually, it's like two examples, but one. So on Halloween, or it's after my Halloween upload that I did for a band called Strange of the Familiars, and they're actually one of my favorites. They're so freaking unique. They really are. Like, it's they're like, not to throw out a pro wrestling name, but it's like the Undertaker. Like, it's they have like that darkness kind of storytelling feeling and all that. Like, they're really unique. And Stephanie, she goes by her stage name Stephanie Strange.
Ooh,
Yeah, hence Strange and the Familiars. And she's got a comic book, by the way. Yeah,
I like that.
yeah, and actually, I have a comic. I should have provided and all that. But so she's just like telling the story, and like one of her big themes in her storytelling, or like in her performances, is like she's I mean, like in real life too, she's obsessed with like black cats, and she calls them familiars.
yes.
So, and I'm I'm a cat lover too. So shout out to my favorite cat, Juno, who I'll be seeing next month.
I call my tarantulas my familiars.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good. So
Oh, okay.
I'm deeply afraid of tarantulas. Sorry. Sorry, Tony.
Everybody has their thing, and
I know.
that's my thing.
I know.
Oh my gosh, we got it.
I just think it's funny because I call them my familiars.
Yeah, that's funny.
Well, I say you better keep them locked up, because, like, if you got them dealing with cats, man, I mean,
They each are in their own little eco world.
We are.
Yes.
We've got some questions popping up in the chat, so you're
I
blowing
see
up the chat. Craig wants to know what inspired you in your directorship journey.
Directorship, word of the day.
I almost said dictator. I'm like, no, you're not a dictator. Maybe you are. No,
I know. I felt like I was a little bit to Tony and her tarantulas. I'm terribly sorry, Tony.
No.
It's just me. I got heat with tarantulas just because
here's the thing. I used to have a huge arachnophobia until I started learning about them. And now I have tarantulas and 2 goddamn scorpions.
Now, scorpions I'm not afraid of unless they're crawling and they sting me. So
I'm more scared of my scorpions than I am of my tarantulas.
Oh man. Yeah, you gotta pick your poison, no pun intended. But
Bruce is a little bastard.
Yeah, they definitely. I can't stand the crawliness, man.
Yeah.
Just no. The only one I have to go with Spider-Man. He's like, not to had the kid in me, but all right. So to answer the question, so directorship journey. So I guess that means just like movies in general, like how I got into it and everything. Oh, you got your little kitty cat there.
She wanted to be part of the
Maybe like what inspires your ideas as to direction.
So like it's funny because I even had like a movie idea pop up in my mind actually after I saw, yet again, I'm gonna plug her again, Lola Kirk.
Yeah.
So there you go. Feel free to pop in, Lola, anytime. So
yeah, right.
You don't have to, but yeah. So, oh my gosh, I would watch that in a heartbeat, man. That would be along with me like the biggest oh man. So anyway, so yeah, got to slide in the DMs. Got to let her know, like, hey, help these wonderful ladies out. Like, you guys are not just gonna have 4,000. You're gonna like skyrocket. Like, you'll be up to 1 million by like 2024.
Yeah, I have a feeling.
We talk about 1 million, but
rocket too. It's the thing.
Yeah. So one of my examples is I think to me when it comes to directorship, and it kind of goes in the idea I was going to mention, is it's just like it just comes down to like influences, right? Just like things I'm really extremely passionate about, I really truly love. And when it comes like to Lola Kirk, for example, I had this idea. I think it might have been that night I saw her, the night after, whichever it was. And I had about this with Action Bronson as well too, who I saw for the second time, also met too. Was just I had this idea just like for a movie of like Lola Kirk, where it's like I just get like this idea in my head, like I'm just like a big fan and everything, right? Just like I'm doing now. And like I had like this idea of her just like she's just being on tour, like she's already left LA and all that, and just have those little subliminal again meanings, right? And like she's on tour and everything like that, and she meets this other fellow male country music star, and like one night they fall in love and everything, and then like the big thing is like he unannounced, like out of the blue, like he's dead, and like she's like, oh my god, like what the heck just happened and all that. And yeah, throughout the movie, it's like she's still like performing and all that, but like there's like a crime boss, and there's like this this psychopathic fan and all that. And I was actually, I think last night or the night before, I was like recreating a scene where it's like her sitting in the chair, just not saying anything and all that, not like traumatized, but just sitting there. And like one of like the like musicians, the guitarist, is like walking back and forth. It's like, oh man, I can't freaking believe this, right? Like, I can't believe this happened and all that. And he's just like going crazy and all that. The others just like he's freaked out, but he's also, you know, like just like he's freaked out too, but not like overly freaked out. And the other guy's just like sitting right across from Lola, just like thinking it's like, man, I really don't want to be here. You know what I mean? Like, don't want to be this. So yeah, I know I'm going all over the place. I'm sorry.
No,
My creativity is
I
running
love it.
wild.
Like, who are your directorial influences?
Yes.
So my two favorite filmmakers of all time are Quentin Tarantino and Paul Thomas
Yes!
Anderson.
Ah, yes. Good answer.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. It was the Coen brothers a long time ago, and I still love them,
Yes.
but
Okay.
yeah. So it's them, it's Stanley Kubrick, Wes Anderson, a really good musician, or not a musician, but like musical director. Like he's a director, like a film director, but he does a lot in music. He's an obscure name as well too. His name's Jim Jarmusch, and he
Yes, I
did
know him. I know him.
like you know him
Yes.
personally.
No, I just know his work.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. I was
okay.
like,
Yeah, he did like Night on Earth,
I
and
just know his work. I've heard of him. Like,
yeah, yeah. So
I
it's
know
like
who the hell he is.
yeah, he does like a lot with Tom Waits. He does a lot with RZA.
I'm a huge Tom Waits fan. Like, huge Tom Waits
Yeah,
fan.
you know what's crazy is like I could not like I just like I like some Tom Waits. Like I freaking love that song he did in Down by Law. I can actually sing it pretty good. Actually, I have that little gravely, I don't say gravely voice. I cannot
Me
figure
and
out the
my bandmate
name.
did Going Out West.
Oh, I freaking love that. That's in Fight Club too. I love
Yes.
that song.
I would play it on the drums, and he would sing and play guitar, and that would be a just on hitting it on
Oh
the drum.
yeah,
Man, it was
right.
so good. Yeah,
And
Tom
like,
Waits, good job on that.
oh my gosh, like for a while I couldn't stand the like I couldn't stand that for a while and all that, but I don't know. Like I think after a while it really starts to grow on you. You know.
It's acquired
Yeah.
taste.
Exactly. Just like alcohol, but we're not here talking about that.
all right, we've got another question actually. So,
Woo!
who has been your favorite artist?
Oh.
That would be a hard.
Ooh.
Oh my
Pretty hard.
God, Dave. That's a damn good one, son. Woo. Oh man. There's like so many. This is impossible as a one answer. Can I do more than one, please?
Yes, we're gonna break
Okay.
the rules. More than one.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, I love it. I love it. So camera angle here. I would have to say, man, I freaking like I mentioned this to someone earlier today. They're actually a Seattle band, as a matter of fact. And I'm actually going to upload and set a premiere for a very brief performance they did from the very first show I filmed to kick off my 5-year filming anniversary. They go by the name of High Crime. And funny enough, one of the band members is used to be from St. Louis as well too, where a lot of my family is they're outside of St. Louis, so so I know they're gonna love that. So, but High Crime, man, I just tell you what, like I filmed legit one of my all-time favorite shows, like literally like a year ago. This was like right around the time I was doing like I went to see Action Bronson for the second time. I went to Defy Wrestling. I freaking saw Always for the first time 5 years, and so were my cousin-in-law's 30th freaking 90th birthday party. You know. So, but man, let me tell you, that night when I filmed for High Crime, that man, just the kindness and the camaraderie just it was there, and you just felt it, you know. And funny enough, I was gonna film them in 2020, but we all know why that didn't happen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I just loved filming for them. One I really truly loved, and I went back and watched, and I uploaded a short of it on Halloween night. Is Gary V. He's like a one man for me personally. He's like a one man Pink Floyd, and not so much like the electric kind of stuff, but like the kind of the techno dance kind of thing, like sound effects. Like he is, oh my God, I really miss filming for him. I really do. But you guys have got to check him out. Yeah. Yeah. I love, oh yeah. I love Doback. Like, man, he's one of the kindest people. Gary as well too, just to go back to him. He was so kind as well. Everyone's been so kind to me. And I love to film for Doback again, man. I filmed him like twice at Honey Latte Cafe, and which is an awesome venue. And sadly, I don't think it's open right now, and fingers crossed it'll be back open. Love that spot to death. So that's a good place too, you know, for bands to go out and check out Honey Latte Presents, which is the agency company that helps book musicians. I saw something about that on a story earlier.
I love
But
that.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah, it's amazing. So I know a person. So
That's
it's
cool.
Doback, yeah, Doback, definitely CJ, obviously. I saw her a few months ago and all that, and man, I miss filming for her, I really do. And just yeah, like filming for her. And who else? Recognitions. I love the Recognitions so much. They're just, oh my God, I miss them so much. Like it felt like I remember on the Instagram story the other night, I was like professing my love, you know, it's like, oh my God, I miss filming for them and all that,
Oh,
you
that's
know.
awesome.
Yeah. So
So
it was
Dave
just,
wanted to ask you yet another question. So he wanted to say or ask, what artist would you like to film?
oh man. Um, that's tough. Like
Yeah.
mainstream or just like independent?
Oh, yeah,
Um,
Dave, let us know, and he'll answer for both right now. I guess. Like, if it could be anybody
man.
mainstream, who would it be? Go ahead,
Oh
mainstream.
man. Oh, I mean, there's just so many, but like the two that
Yeah.
just jumped to my mind, obviously, like, I mean, Action Bronson, without a doubt. I would die like so freaking happy. I really would. I would do just so many things just working with him. Like to me, he's like my Hulk Hogan or Stone Cold Steve Austin of like just music in general. Like I just freaking love everything he does. And man, I met him twice, but man, like I would do just the whole world. I would just do anything and everything for him. Do a music film. Like I've even had movie ideas of having him. And that's another thing. Thought about this for a long time. About a year ago, I love to direct a film about his life and just how he got into music and all that. Like that is a dream film project I've always wanted to do as a filmmaker, not as a
Cool.
videographer.
Nice.
And I really want to see him and his Human Growth Hormone band too. I know it's a funny
Oh,
name. I know people are gonna laugh, but man, I've seen like I mean I haven't seen them live, but I've seen he had like a documentary of it, and then he was on the Tiny Desk concert on NPR Music, which is
oh, that's
an
cool.
excellent
That
Yeah.
would be
So,
so fun to be on, like, seriously.
oh yeah,
Mm,
it was so great, and obviously Lola Kirk as well too. Like
yeah.
I feel like Action's like my king and Lola's like my queen in a way. I know it sounds a little odd, but
Yeah.
after I saw Lola and just the kickoff of us being or me sharing the stage and line dancing with her, it's like this is like the beginning of something really
Yeah.
beautiful working together, you know. So,
Yeah.
like I said, this that movie idea I talked about. My creativity was like splattering against the wall and everything, even behind me here. Like that, and a TV show idea I had, which based off of Fargo, and like Fargo's like my favorite TV series of all time.
Cool. Oh my goodness, that's
Yes,
awesome.
I am watching on Thanksgiving night next week. No one
Oh,
bother me.
wow.
So, and I
That's
really
awesome.
wanted to be on it too. I really, truly did. Like, I
Oh, that's
really wanted to
great.
be on it a year ago. So, I want my
Well,
dream to come true, man. You know, I know it's in Canada, but who
hey,
cares?
keep
Like,
dreaming, dude. It might
You
happen
know
for
what?
you.
Like,
yeah, I will. I will. I'm not going to shut up about it. I'm going to keep talking about it. And
yes.
so, I'd go so far to loving it. I'm surprised I'm not talking about it a lot more on our show tonight because, man, like, there's just so many things. Like, there's like a show idea I had in mind, like that's like Fargo, but I mean not like in the Midwest or anything, but like in big cities and all that too. You know, like the first season would be in L.A., the second would be in Miami, the third I thought about doing like a throwback in the '90s in Vegas, and then fourth like set in the future of like Japan. You know, so
Nice.
So we
yeah,
have another question.
okay.
How do you prepare
Hey,
for how do you prepare to film a show?
oh man, um, who? So like I think like well I definitely it just depends like if I want to bring my rig or not that I like to film on that stabilizes my phone, and it depends on like the show and all that. Like I mentioned about the Halloween show I filmed a few weeks ago. I had my Action Bronson alter ego El Coco Matto Turbo, and the one I did for the OG as well too. Like if it's like really freaking big, if it's like a big deal for me, like I'm bringing out the big guns. I really truly am. Or I wear something like I wear my jeans and I wear like the band shirt or something meaningful that kind of enhances the that kind of plays along to the show. Um, so I do that, and like I travel there, I take an Uber and I head out there, and I meet up with the musician, and all that, and I'm just like inside of me, I'm like the fans like, oh my god, you know. You know, it's like I have like the biggest smile on my face when I meet them and all that, and I just ask, hey, is this cool if I do this and that and everything, and they're just so kind to me, you know what I mean? They're not like, no, you can't do it this way, you can't, blah 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 blah, right? Like they're
Well, I
not
don't
being,
know any musician that is like that, to be completely honest.
yeah, that's how it should be too, not going to
Like
business for
we are
yourself.
just people, and you're doing us a
Yes,
favor by making us look good.
yes, amen.
So why be a dick about it?
No, do
Yeah.
not be a dick.
Like,
Absolutely not.
exactly. Like, no, man, you're doing me a favor. You're making
Yeah,
me
you're
look
doing
good.
God work.
Please don't get my stupid drummer face.
That's hard. That's
Right?
hard not to do. All right.
Yes,
So
that's it. Sorry.
Don had another question. So he says,
Okay.
great response, Matt. So is there a
Thank
second
you.
phase where editing finishes the story? Or maybe is it
Ooh.
part of your process in the same in the moment style as you're filming? Good question,
Yeah,
Don. Sorry.
it is.
Okay,
That's it.
Don has great questions, man.
Man, he's like he's cooking tonight, man. Let him cook, you
Yes.
know.
That's our
So
Don.
yeah. Thanks, Donnie. So shut up now. I'm just kidding. I was doing a Big Lebowski reference. Have a white Russian on me. Yeah, editing is a gigantic part of what I do for my videography. Um, yeah, it definitely enhances the story as well too, and again has the meaning behind it. So like for example, like if a band is starting out and all that, and like there's like a bang on the crash of the drums, like then that's when my not my logo, but like the artist, the band, and then there's the song name, and then the bottom it's the venue, and then the date as well too, that goes along with that. It's there for a little bit, and I am just such a stickler too. And I'm trying really hard not to overdo it. I keep telling myself this a lot, like do not overdo it because it is not going to look good.
Oh,
But I try to center it as really good as I can. Like I just like pause it and just like make sure like the edges are good and all that. Like one's like not, it's almost like a scale in a way. Like one's not leaning the other way. Like there has to be an even balance, right? Um,
Exactly. Yes.
yeah, and sometimes it does call for it. Sometimes it's good because it's not just the center of it. It's like the bottom part in a way, like it fits. And then the commas as well too for my punctuation because I'm very punctual as well too. And yeah, it's just like I try to make sure like the comma's not like the bottom of the screen, all that where it's like cut off. So I try to bring it up, like have like a little bit of a middle, basically, like a happy medium, so to speak. And then yeah, it's staying there for a little bit. Then after that, I just it's like it's like the equivalent of saying like, ladies and gentlemen, here's so and so, here's Doback, here's recognitions, blah blah blah, right? Or the OG. Another band I love filming too, obviously.
oh yeah, they're a fun band. They
Dude,
really are.
Oh,
yes.
they are. They're great. I
I
miss them
love the
so much.
OG.
I do too. Diehard fan. I cannot wait to film more of them.
Oh, how can you
So
not?
yeah, no, totally. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. So I do that. So anyway, so like I say like, okay, ladies and gentlemen, here's this band, like take it away. And then so that happens, and then that's when they perform. And towards the very end, like, and I'm trying to get better at this, and sometimes like it hits, sometimes it doesn't. I leave it in, I don't. I'm kind of like, oh man, I don't know if it's a good idea or not. Uh like I try I give back and I put my goodwill out there and I say thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to MJH Videography. If it's like a holiday, like the high crime one, not to give any spoilers away, but since I'm uploading that on Thanksgiving night, like I say happy Thanksgiving from MJH Videography. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. And
Yeah.
uh
Hit that notification bell.
yes, exactly. I don't say that. I don't like to be that kind of stereotypical
I
kind of
know, but it's like
influencer.
it's part of the whole YouTube thing.
It
So
is
subscribe
not.
and hit that notification bell.
Yeah, I don't say
That way
please like
your
and
videos
subscribe.
come up on their shit first. That's the only way you do it.
Right. Yeah, I just can't stand it. Like please like and subscribe. Like I try to like kind of like put my little twist on it. Like I do say like thank you for watching. Please subscribe and tap the
Yeah.
bell. Now the tap the bell and the notifications. I do that in the description. I do not say that on the video, right? So it just because again, it's like for me, it's less is more, and I try to
Oh,
go
okay.
pinpoints. Yeah,
Yeah.
Right. I get that.
yeah. I mean,
I
you're
get
not
that.
going to
That
hit
makes
every
sense.
single thing, right? So yeah, I just do that, and like towards the end of the performance, and then that's it, and then we go to black basically. So it's just for me, and not to go off the beaten path, but like on the videos, like you could tell, like if you go back from the very beginning and like watch the first few videos, like there's nothing. It's just like no fade into black, like fade out to black, no titles or anything. But then you watch a little bit more, and then you say like, okay, like there's something, and now it's not in color, it's in white, and then it's like, oh, it's like okay, now he's got the title, now he's got the outro, and it's like a different font and it's a different color, and yeah, it's evolved and it's grown, and I intend to keep it that way as well too.
Well, speaking of videos, do you want to like? Should we check one out?
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
we
do
can
it.
do it. I've got you queued up here with your YouTube.
Cool.
Which video would you want me to share?
Let's start where I don't know, where I start at the I got my dance going. You know, or not the line dance. I don't mean that. I just mean like what got my name into the dance. The OG video.
The OG video. Okay,
Yeah.
let me find.
Because
Whoops.
that's where
Oh,
this all began, stemmed from.
okay.
Yeah. It's about 4 minutes, I think, 3 or 4 minutes, I believe.
Do you know what the title is? I can search. Here it is. I found it.
Yeah,
I found
it's that's okay. I
okay.
think it's
I'll just-
First Friday Art Walk compilation,
I
and I
got it.
have
Yes,
a
yes.
yeah, and I have like a title of it or like a segment I like to call it's like MJH like you know like full performance videos like the full video the sneak preview shorts the MJH sneak peek short the regular short's called the MJH videography short and then this one we're getting ready to watch is called MJH compilation. I thought about doing another one too, but we'll focus on that in a little bit.
Cool.
But first, the compilation. Yeah.
All
All
right,
right.
friends. I can bring that up for us.
Bartender, take my keys. What do you want from me? Baby, I'm drunk and I don't wanna go home. You can say you got issues. You can say you're a victim. It's all your parents' fault. I mean, after all, maybe somebody else has got time to listen. Not giving it up, but still. Well, come on, come on, come on, come on. Now make it feel like you were the only man. Like a river, shut your mouth and run me like a river. Just as light till the face of the river, only till the tears of the winter. Like a river, like a river, like a river. Any hard-blooded woman, I have simply wanted to be red, red, a gun to your head, hand to your head. Now all I see is red, red. Bam, bam, lamb, oh, black Betty, bam, lamb, black Betty had a job, bam, lamb, damn thing gone wild, bam, lamb, we run out of mind, bam, lamb, damn thing gone bad, bam, lamb, oh, black Betty, jump to the black Betty, jump to the black Betty now. Whoa, black Betty, jump to the black Betty, jump to the black Betty now. Whoa, black Betty, jump to the black Betty, jump to the black Betty now.
is it.
Whoa.
That's the one they were talking about.
Guys,
Look how close I am. Holy shit. Oh. Oh, so good.
woo! That was
Woo! Love it.
love it.
Yes. Wonderful.
Thank you guys so much for coming out. We appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. We are the OGs.
OG.
Woo! OG! Yeah.
That was
Oh,
amazing.
so good. Yes.
Oh my gosh,
And
that
that's
was
Next
so
question.
good.
and
Love
that was the
them.
clip also. That was the clip also. Hey.
Sorry.
Oh. No, it's okay. I saw Jessica's clip and it really hit me.
Yeah.
But no, a couple of quick notes real quick before I answer my J-Cat's question. She's my cousin, by the way.
Hi.
Yeah. So a lot of family and friends tonight. So you too, Don.
Good.
So love you, Don. So that was the clip. That is what they were referencing to, and that's the short I uploaded yesterday when they were talking about how close I was on the camera and all that. But what's really funny is like I remember like, and I cut this part out too. Like I remember Craig was like telling me, just like he was like this while he's playing. He's like doing that like with his eyes. Like he's like, hey, film Randina and all that. And in my mind again, like I mentioned, I'm like my Francis Ford Coppola is like, don't look at the cameras. Like don't tell me what to do. Like you got your thing to do, right? So
Yeah.
I got to be a dick like that. Be cynical as a filmmaker. I mean, it's how we got to be, you know. That's is what it is, you know. But yeah, no. So that's what I do. And again, that goes back to what I'm saying. Is just like you got to be in the moment, right? You have to make sure you were in the trenches, like you were in it, and you were just filming that, and just do not stop filming. Keep going. And then that's where we're back around, right? Where it's just B and everybody and Craig just thanking everybody and all that. And I thought it was a beautiful intro or a beautiful outro, excuse me, at the very end.
So yeah.
And there's one other thing I want to mention. It can't come to my brain for some reason. So, well, actually, no. One other is for the Janis Joplin one as well too. Like if you notice like how it was like going like this, like come on, and then just like boom like that. I want to give that effect, you know what I mean? Like just really feel that energy, right? So to me, that is just you got to have that too. So yeah, I was mostly filming clips right there because my phone was like it's about to be on storage issues, and it's like why does this have to happen on my 5-year filming anniversary?
Issues always come up when you're doing stuff like that. Like seriously.
Yeah, it legitimately happened to me twice last year, almost 2 years ago to the recognition show. That was like my last one.
Yeah, super.
Yeah, I know. I hate it so much. It really did. It breaks my heart, more importantly. And I had to delete so much of my footage a year ago, and like I was just a mess. I really was. So
when you do that, do you upload it to a cloud? How do you keep your files?
That's a very good question. So
Tell me.
no, really, no, it's all good. I've just been struggling so much with that, and I'm talking to my my uncle who we had on the chat, David Heflin, and Carla as well too, my aunt. I think it's just mostly like iCloud basically. Excuse me, I'm so sorry.
No, don't be okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just mostly like iCloud and all that, and it's kind of hard to describe really, but it's just mostly I think it mostly is like iCloud for the most part. Like we try to save it on the cloud, or I'll film something for a little bit for like 5 seconds or something, and then like wait a little bit, see if it comes up, but then like delete it like on the original on the camera and all, or the camera roll, and then once I delete that, then I go back into it and it's like not there. So there's been like some ideas like trying to save it like on a like a storage kind of thing. Like I can't remember the byte or numbers or anything like that, unfortunately. So I'm forgetting a lot tonight, you know.
That's okay. No
So
worries. It's a lot of information.
no,
So
it's all
remember,
good.
a lot of questions coming at you too. So no
No,
worries.
I'm all for it. I want to answer Jessica's question
Cool
too.
is like on YouTube and Facebook, there'll be
Yeah.
comments throughout, the next few days, even where people will be asking questions as they view the show, and you can
Yes.
comment back to them. And as you
Oh
remember
yeah,
things, you can enter them in the conversation too.
I
Oh,
will.
Jessica is proud of you, Matt, and you ladies. Oh, thank you, Jessica. Absolutely.
Awesome.
Follower. Oh, thank
Hey,
you.
sis. Thank you, Jessica.
Yay.
You
We appreciate
rule.
it very much.
Anything I do, she does as well too. So she's not far behind whatsoever.
Well, we've really
So.
been gaining speed this last week. And Troy mentioned, we had 4K this week, 5K next. Thanks, Troy.
Yes, let's shoot for it.
We're growing and we love it. So thanks
Yes.
to everybody for sharing us and following us. And
yes,
yeah,
I'm proud to be following you guys too.
Oh,
yeah.
thank you.
You're welcome. I gave a little plug on that in the latest short on the one today in my description. So always love doing
I saw that earlier.
Yeah. Again, meeting. So yeah.
So
Okay.
here was
This question I want to answer.
earlier.
Sorry, guys.
That's okay. It's all good.
She said, "What was your most difficult videography challenge, and how did you overcome this?"
Okay.
That's a great
I've got to tell this story, and I knew it was coming.
Okay, here we go. Story time.
Yes. So I mentioned earlier about Strange of the Familiars, right? This is the very first show of theirs that I filmed of theirs. So this was at a bar. I don't, not a grill, but it was an exotic bar. Let's just say, where dancers come out after the show. Let's just say as well too. So I'll keep it that far for right now. So I go to this show, and I'm going to upload a short of this here in of a performance I did. I uploaded a couple of years ago. I'll film upload in the 2-year anniversary. So I'm going all over the place. So I go to Dante's this night, right? It's dark out and everything, late November, and this is like we're still wearing masks and all that. And so I go there that night, and they're rehearsing and everything. Strange Familiars are and all that. And like I'm clapping loudly, like just out of fandom, right? Like I just love it and how awesome they sound. And me and Stephanie, we talk for a little bit. We sit down, talk about it and everything. And I was in my PTA mode, my Paul Thomas Anderson mode, because at the time Licorice Pizza was coming out in theaters. So there's these 2 elevated platforms, right? One on the right, one on the left. The right is like right above this circular bar, okay? So there is like a bar that's here, and there's like drinks or so against this wall, and the bartender can actually walk around. Like there's like a brickery kind of bridge and all that, so they can walk to the other side basically. And so there's the elevated platform up above there. I don't know how many feet. I'm not very good with my feet and all that. It's hard to say. I want to say 12 feet, maybe a little bit further up and all that. And then there's another that was the same way as well too. Not a bar or anything like that. That was like high up. So I came up with the bright idea that night to I just thought of a crazy idea of like, what if I climbed up on it was like situated like this, like kind of like wooden, like, I don't know what you call it, like a wooden kind of thing. And it's almost like a tree house in a sense where it's wooden, but then it's got like those steps and all that you can climb up and all that. And keep in mind, this was right before I got my rig and all that. So I was filming on my phone, not the phone case that I got. and it was like falling apart. Well, I don't want to say I mean, I think some of it was falling apart. Maybe it wasn't. It was a couple of years ago. I had to think forward. So I had this idea of just like, what if I climbed up like the steps and all that, or the handles, and go up there and film from high above, right?
Yeah.
And same thing for the left. And I asked the guy, I think he was like a ticket taker or something like that, and all. I was on the list as well too, obviously, since I was filming. And I asked him like, hey, would it be okay? Would it be cool if I like climb up there and just like film? And he's like, yeah, sure, brother, whatever he said at the time, right? So so I decided, like, I'm just mapping this out in my head, like, okay, I'm gonna film some shows, like start on the floor at the beginning, right? And I know I'm skipping ahead and all. So
That's
like
okay.
I'm filming on the floor. So I think it was like a couple on the right on the floor and then a couple on the left. And I think maybe one more time for each. And then I would go up both the left or the right or the other way around, whichever it was. And I would like climb up there and I would film. And like I get up there, and I think even like before the show happened, and even during the show, like I climb up there and I'm filming, like I'm holding my camera like this or like this, right?
Yeah.
And I shit you not, I was so fucking scared
I
up
bet.
there.
I would
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I was so terrified. I was so terrified. And like it was like a bar or so, right? Like it's not a cage. It's not
Oh my
nothing.
God.
Nothing.
Crazy.
Nothing. It's like
That's
a bar.
awesome.
Yeah, it's like situated.
Huh.
Yeah. And like while I'm filming, like I am grabbing onto the bar and I'm like walking back oh so slowly. And I do the dumbest thing where I'm like looking down, but I'm trying to watch my feet so I'm not like like that or anything.
Yeah.
So that happens. And I remember on the right side, one of the parts, like when I was Brandy. See? You see what happens? This is all your fault, Jessica. No, I'm kidding. But we're gonna have words next month, I promise. No.
Words.
Yeah, I love you, Jess. So you too were good. So I remember like one part, so I was on the right side and everything, and I'm filming. And I remember at one point, I remember the bartender, like she's like all the way down there. I mean, this is not like this not high up, not like a crane or anything where it's like wickedly high up. Not like that by any means. Thank God it's not, right? And no dancers or anything. Like they're completely empty from the very beginning. Like they would come out after the show basically. And so like while I was filming all that too, like I remember the bartender down below, like she's like looking up and asking me quietly, it's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah. So yeah, but like leaving Dante's that night, and I was talking to my Uber driver about this, but to be honest, as freaky as that was, I was extremely proud of myself. And here's why. Because the night before, I saw the James Bond film, No Time to Die. And like in James Bond movies, there's like all these, explosions and so many crazy things that are going on. But it's just for me, like it was another, like it was a level up for me as a videographer.
Yeah.
Because I tested my fear. Like, yeah, I was scared shitless. But I'm sorry for cursing, but it's
No,
just
okay. It's fine here.
thanks.
You're
We're all
okay.
adults here, right? So
Yes.
apologies to my family. So I just like I'm up there or not up there. What am I saying? So like I was proud of myself. I really was. Like as traumatized as I did that to myself, I was still extremely proud of myself because climb like Eddie Vedder. Yes. Shout out to Animal. So one of the Pearl Jam songs. I used that on the Instagram story.
This industry does to all of us. It pushes our limits. We get out of our comfort zone.
Yep.
And in the end, it usually works out for all of us, and it looks badass,
Right.
Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
it does. It's
Yeah.
totally worth it. And I was extremely
Sometimes
proud of
it's
myself.
battle scars, but still totally worth it.
Yeah.
We all have
Yeah.
those.
And then when I upload that short, I'm just gonna think to myself, man, I go like this. I'm like, what the hell did I do to myself? But
Right.
also, I'm proud of myself for what I
It's
did.
all
'Cause-
for the art.
exactly.
And you
And-
know what? It's all part of the experience of being a
yes,
videographer.
it
Yeah.
is. It is.
Capturing
Because
the moments.
it is. And the thing for me, like the mantra, like one of the biggest mantras, I feel like I don't say this enough and I need to, but something that risky happens, like I'm just like, because I am so ingrained into this business, whether it's in film or whether it's in music or television or pro wrestling or any of those that I am just so passionate about. I live and die by that code of like, I will die for this business. I will, if something happens, if I fall over, I will die doing what I
I'll
love and I
die
will
doing what I love. I've said that before too. Yep. I think we
zero
all,
regrets.
you
And
know.
thank you
Zero regrets.
so much for everything tonight, Matt.
Yes,
We
Oh,
Matt.
really
thank you so
appreciate
much.
this.
Yeah, so
You've
Thank
been
you, guys.
awesome.
we are out
Yes,
of time tonight, but we've
Yeah.
had
that's
such a
okay.
good time with you
Thank
and
you.
showcasing what you are passionate about. And
Thank
Dude, I
you.
love your stories about
Thank
climbing
you.
shit and getting like the perfect
I
shot.
too. Thank you so much. I'm sorry we didn't get through the list and all that too. I was really
That's
hoping.
fine. No worries. I
Yeah.
mean,
It's
we were excited to showcase what you're all about, get you connected with
Yes.
people in our community, and we want to help you grow.
Thank
So,
you. And I
yeah.
want to do the same thing for you guys too. That's what
yeah.
it's all about, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what?
Totally.
And Dawn said, thanks for tonight, Matt. Great to hear your perspective from the other side of the stage monitors.
Thank
It
you so
is.
much.
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
guys tell a lot of stories.
So much
Yeah,
goes
oh,
on
yeah.
in our industry. Let's invite everyone to the table.
Yes, absolutely. Music, film, everything.
And we will
Huge
stay
collective.
connected, Matt. Like we would love
Absolutely.
to, work with you and get you
I
connected.
Yes.
love it.
So that
Please
being
do.
said, everybody make sure you go follow Matt. Matt, where can our followers follow you?
So if you want to find me, so just to knock out the YouTube stuff real quick, you go to youtube.com/, and make sure you use the @ symbol like you use on Twitter, Instagram, @MJH Videography. The MJH and the V are all capitalized, and then videography, the rest of it is lowercase. And then the other plug I want to give is my Matthew Henson channel, which is youtube.com/, Matt J. Henson, which is where MJH comes from. It's my brand.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is like music, but I try to do, it's mostly like fun stuff, like film stuff, and there is definitely some music, but also my interests.
Cool.
So
Yes.
keep an eye on that next week too, for sure.
That is great.
Not only
We
videography.
will definitely. We'll keep
Thank
an
you.
eye out. And yes,
Please.
follow you
Thank you.
on YouTube. All right.
Absolutely.
So thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. I want to remind you all that this is our last live interview of 2023. It was amazing. Thank you, Matt. And
Thank you.
we will be showcasing, so far we have 22 bands are going to be showcased as part of our Thanksgiving music video montage next week on Wednesday. So to kick off our holiday season, we are kicking off our music video series with you for Thanksgiving.
Love it.
So follow us and find us on our Facebook, our Instagram, and we will continue to be uploading on YouTube as well. So subscribe if you haven't yet. Thanks again for 4K, everyone.
Yes.
You.
Thanks, everybody.
Keep sharing, keep subscribing, and keep hitting that notification button.
That's right.
Absolutely. We love you guys. I'll take us out. Let's go.
Woo! Let's freaking go! Yeah!
Bye, everybody. See you next Wednesday. Stay safe out there. We love you guys.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Woo!